When a champion has a title to defend, sometimes having acquired that title can allow that champion to become sometimes a minimum of 10% a better fighter. And this coming on Saturday, December 7th, we're going to see a championship fight between Paro as he takes on Hitchins. And that's going to show us something when Paro defends his IBF title against Hitchins. And it's going to tell us what a true champion is by way of Paro and a challenger in Hitchins. How good is he? He's had an outstanding amateur career, but this is where the big boys play in the pros. So will that talent transfer over? It remains to be seen, but we're going to talk about that coming up. Are you ready for some quality boxing? I'm talking about the IBF super lightweight title when Paro takes on Hitchins Saturday, December 7th. This is a fight that many people feel that may be a chance for Hitchins to become a world champion. But pump the brakes, because as far as I know, Paro is not ready to give this up just yet. And he's had an opportunity to win a title in another man's country and is ready to defend it in that very same environment. Yeah. So something should be said about a fighter like Paro, who's gonna face Hitchins in San Juan, Puerto Rico, like he did Subriel Matias, the former IBF titleist. This is an opportunity for Paro to really make himself a hometown guy for the Puerto Rican fans, because they've embraced him with his victory over Subriel. And now with another fighter, supposedly a top-notch fighter in the division and young talent in Hitchins, if he's able to score a victory here, there's no telling what can happen with Paro as far as his fame. Sometimes becoming a road warrior is what really does it for you as a fighter. And this is his opportunity. In his last 3 fights alone, he has defeated the likes of Matias, Montana Love, and Brock Jarvis. Jarvis is a fighter that many people may not know much about, but when you talk about the young talent that Montana Love is, and of course Shareable, you're looking at class right there. And Paro, who's entering his prime at 28, is a southpaw who's 5'8.5" with a 71-inch reach. He's looking to enter this fight and defend his title against Hitchins, and Hitchins is 5'10", 74-inch reach, 27, and an orthodox fighter. So we're looking at 2 men who have contrasting styles, but they also have contrasting temperaments. And though Hitchins talks a very good game, I had a chance to listen to their face-off. I don't believe he has yet begun to show in the ring the confidence that he displays when he's speaking on what he expects to do in the fight. Now, as far as Paro, no one expected him to take the fight to Shareable the way he did when they faced one another. He took the fight from round 1 directly to Shareable Matias, cut Matias' options off offensively, got his own shots off, smothered Matias, pushed him back, something that Matias was not expecting. And that whole thing about pushing him back, being physical, was something that a lot of people didn't account for. But now that it's on film, Hitchins and his camp can think that maybe Paro may try to be a little physical with them. The Australian is an unafraid fighter. He has heart, he has spirit, he has talent and ability. I don't think that Hitchins may be looking at him for what's inside. He may be looking at it from the surface. And if he's looking at Liam Paro from the surface, you have to understand, he's not the most athletic guy. He doesn't have the sharpest of hand speed or foot speed, but he has a competitive nature that beneath the surface, those intangibles, untapped areas that guys can dig deep and find and call upon when they need it, is what he may be looking to do in this fight. Now, Hitchins, who's known to box, and he's an outstanding boxer, has good hand speed, footwork, but as Paro said, he feels that Hitchins doesn't really believe in himself. In their face-off meeting, they sat down and they talked about the potential fight they have coming up, and he spoke of Hitchins being distant and vacant when Matias was the champion. He was like, why didn't you raise your hand to fight? He was like, oh, I'm looking to fight the winner and whatever. But Paro told him, you don't believe in yourself. And that could be true. You know, sometimes when a person has to deal with certain truths in life, it can offset them. It can make them feel apprehensive and inadequate. And this is a telltale sign for a fighter like Hitchins, because he very well may not be prepared for what's coming. But I believe that either way, his talent and his physical attributes, natural athleticism, could present a problem for Paro, but that could be temporarily. Because when you have a fighter like Paro, what will happen is he will begin to dig deep. And if there is any sign whatsoever that Hitchins doesn't really believe in the product that he's selling, or if he feels like he's second guessing himself, that could be all that Liam Paro will need to be victorious in this fight. I believe I see it presently as a 55-45 fight in favor of Paro. But if those issues that could be underlying for Hitchins do exist, it could turn into a 60-40 fight easily. And the reason that I say that is having ability and talented doesn't guarantee you the win. You have to have the spirit, you have to have the courage to be able to make changes and adapt if something's not going your way. You have to be willing to make adjustments, even if you're having certain success, but maybe to give a guy a different look so that you can prevail and come out on top. Because the fighter who's able to adjust to the adjustments is typically the guy that comes out on top. So, with that being said, this is a great way to look at it. I think this is a fight that people should tune in to check out because I believe something special may happen here. But what do you think? This is Stormy B Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, the third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know your thoughts about this fight and the potential of what can transpire. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.